monster.
Hey guys, Konga here, and today I have two replays for you on ERLENBURG, aka Derpenberg, and both of them we are on the south spawn. The first one is a standard battle, it's a team destruction. The second one is a standard battle, and both of these we are going to be top tier. And it's very difficult to influence the tide of a battle when you're bottom tier. Not to say that you can't influence the tide of a battle, but when I'm showing off like how I would play a map, it's a whole lot easier to use a tank when you're top tier. Show it off when you're top tier. The reason being is because when you're bottom tier, you're kind of dependent on your team, and you have to decide where you want to go depending on where your team goes. And so, to me, it doesn't matter what map you're on. If you're not top tier, you should really base your decisions on where your team goes. However, when you're top tier, you do have a lot more decisions to make. Like, for instance, where should you go? Because you are so important and so valuable. And when I'm on ERLENBURG and I'm south spawn, this is where I want to go. I always want to go counterclockwise on this map. Regardless of which side I spawn on, I want to go counterclockwise. And the reason for that is most of the fighting on this map is done in the northeast or in the southwest. And it's much easier for the south team to get northeast because they don't have to cross a river. And it's much easier for the north team to get to the southwest because, yet again, they don't have to cross a river. And both... if you are south and you go up north, the enemy team has to cross an open field and you're allowed to farm them, kind of like what's going on here, except they're not crossing the field, they're crossing the buildings. And then vice versa. If the enemy team who's north decides to go south, your team has to cross, yet again, open field and go up a hill, and they tend to lose health. So I never feel like going clockwise on this map works. But now some of you are like, okay, but if you do that, then you still have to cross over a river to get to the enemy team's base. Yes, this is true. Thankfully for you guys, I have a nice little secret way I like to cross, and I'll be showing that to you guys here. And in case you're wondering, yes, this replay is from 2 years ago, though the next replay is from about half a year ago. So these replays are only about 1.5 years apart, so don't worry about that. And the reason I wanted to show this old replay is to show that, yeah, this strategy has been working for me for at least 2 years now. So yeah, there's that. And we're putting shots into these guys on our way. But right here, do you see this little island in front of me? You can actually cross the river to that. Pretty much with any vehicle in the game. Maybe not a T95. But a Type 5 Heavy, I've actually done this with. And you're so tall that you never actually even start drowning. So that's pretty cool. And you can cross all the way across. And the reason I do this instead of going all the way to the right is because of snipers in the back. There's a little house on the hill to the left, or to the right of where that guy is, his right, our left, and they tend to sit there and shoot you as you cross the bridge all the way on our right, or the water all the way on our right, all the way up in the north. And when you do this, you have all these houses that protect you. And now we are out of cover right now, but we're a lot closer to getting underneath the gun line. And there's nobody up here this time around anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I just wanted to show this replay off just to show you the movements I make on this map. And that's what I like to do. Now, if you spawn on the other side, it's a little bit more tricky getting across because it's a whole lot easier for the south spawn to fall back and defend the base. The base is out in the open, and it's very, very easy to defend. You have a nice hill to sit on. Yeah, so in my opinion, when you're spawning south, oh, look at that hesh pen, standard hesh pen. When you're spawning south, you have a huge advantage, which we did this time. We spawned south, and we're going to use that to hopefully win this game, which we have done. We've used it to quickly kill their tier 7s, and now we're in a position to take out their tier 9s. And we've got hesh loaded, so I'm going to be focusing on these juicy rears of soft targets, 475 damage. But yeah, that's how I play this map from the south spawn. And of course, we are platooned in this game. I'm platooned up with Catnip, it's great. But do not worry, we're not going to be platooned in the next game. We're going to be playing completely solo. And hopefully that will demonstrate that it doesn't really matter whether you're platooned or not. This route I take usually works. And we've still got standard hesh loaded, and we're going to put it in the lower plate of the AMX-30 stock. AMX-30. We have the health to really not care about taking hits right now. Their team is completely getting surrounded, and they almost have no hope. We're going to side scrape this guy. He bounces off. We finish him off with an APCR shell, which is what we're shooting at. But this Tiger is actually going to be a little bit of a problem because of the position he's got himself in. Luckily, that guy bounces. Because of this Tiger's rate of fire, and my lack of aiming, he's actually going to be a bit of an issue in going to be putting shots in, because he's got good DPM and a fantastic gun. But he misses that shot, thankfully for us. But still, their team is dying. That I was not paying any attention. That's the issue when you're zoomed in this game, guys. It's very easy to tunnel vision. I didn't even notice that guy rolling up on me. And like, whoa! And so I had to snap that one off. But the Tiger just fired. Can we put another shell into him? Or at least a shell into him? Because we kind of haven't yet. Hello, Mutz. Thanks for taking that hit for me. There we go. We put a shell in. It wasn't actually the Mutz who got hit by the VK. The VK did not shoot the Mutz. It was the Super Pershing who shot him. And that's it, by the way. Their team is dead. Yeah, that's this game. Lower play, easy. Put it in. Now we're going after this Tiger 1. He's got good DPM. So this may not go well, but I know Catnip is rolling up behind him. So we should be just fine to put a free shell into him. And then we're going to ram him just for good measure. Get the kill. Easy peasy. Picking up our Top Gun. And Brothers in Arms medal in a very, very short game on Erlenburg. Erlenburg games take a long time. They do. But when I spawn south, I tend to either win quickly or die quickly. And that's just because of the plays I like to make. And it seems to work pretty well, especially in your medium tanks. But it does work in your heavies as well. But there's the Ace Tanker. 5,000 damage on 6 kills. 1,300 assist damage. Almost 1,900 base XP. That'll be an Ace Tanker in most of your tier 9s. So yeah, that's the one. That's the first game. Let's get into the second one now. This time we're pulling out the Chisel, which was one of my very first games in the Chisel. I'm playing as Flying Egg. He lent me his account to play the Chisel, and this was one of the games I had while I was searching for an Ace Tanker to show you guys a review of the Chisel. But this is still a really good game, and it's standard battle. The thing about standard battle is it's even easier to win this location we're going to, because we have to drive even less, and the enemy team has to drive even more. So this play works even better, and you get standard battle a whole lot more than you get team destruction. So there's that. And plus, if you have gun depression, you have a good turret, or you're a heavy tank, or anything like that, it makes it even easier. And I also find that you're pretty safe from artillery over here because of the buildings. You could still get hit. The buildings and the shaping of the hull make it a little more difficult, but I do find that on this map, even though it's so open, I don't get hit by arty as much, which is kind of cool. Especially in this little pocket right here because of that house. The arty usually spawns in direct line between me, that house, and wherever he is, and so I can usually use that. And I don't know why I auto-locked that shot. Like, if this was 2 years ago, I'd be like, oh, well, that's why. But this isn't. This is 6 months ago. Come on. There you go. There you go. Now, this isn't even 6 months ago. How long ago did the Chisels come out? I don't remember. But there's a Conway that looked like a Hesh shell, so I think he's got the big gun, shooting his premium Hesh. That's kind of scary. Because of the position I'm in, he's not going to penetrate me reliably with his AP rounds, so his Hesh are going to splash and really annoy me. However, we do have artillery, and that's the issue. Do you see that already miss us? There you go. That's exactly what I was talking about from this position. It's very difficult because we're angled the same trajectory, so he has to hit us direct. If he does not hit us direct, he's going to miss us. So that's pretty cool. The enemy team, on the other hand, are just lining up to die by artillery from this position. And strangely enough, the last game where the enemy team had about equal opportunity to get to this corner as us did not push this corner. But in this game, where we spawn so much closer to this corner than them, they've decided to push to this corner. It's interesting where the tanks is, but we're still going to use this position. And what I really like about this side of the map is, see what I'm doing now? If perhaps my team loses the other flank, which they do all the time, I can continue driving that way, which I was just, to defend the base and shoot them as they come towards us. And we have a huge advantage doing that. So that's pretty cool. That's something we can do here. But we don't have to because our team is not losing the other flank. But more times than not, I see my team lose the other flank. It's almost like going beach on Overlord. Sometimes it will work, and because it does, people think it's a good play, when in reality it's not. It's a garbage play. Going clockwise, on this map is not a great idea. A north spawn, you can kind of get away with it, but still my side usually does win when you go northwest or northeast. However, this side, my side, almost never wins going southwest. Almost never. So I definitely encourage you never to go southwest. And the reason for that is because, yet again, you have to cross an open field and you get shot in the side by the enemy team. And as you can see, my team is all dead over there. And we only sent 2 guys that way, but they're both dead. So there's that. And we're starting to win this game. The reason being is because we only sent 2 guys up there, which is why we're going to win this game. Because we're able to kill their team, who sent about 5 guys over to our side, while our whole team went this way. And that really is the play to make on this map. You can lemming train on this map so easily because of where the bases are set up. You can all go from my side, northeast, win that flank super fast, and then just turn around and be like, okay, well, now we're turned around, and now we can shoot you, who are now attacking our base, which is exactly what our team is doing. Like, there's no reason to change it, really. And this time, because of a couple big 183mm cannons overlooking, I'm not going to be able to push through the water like I planned to. And it's because there's a Death Star in a really, really weird position. The 4005, actually, if I pushed through the water, wouldn't be able to shoot me because of where he is on that hill. I would have some buildings in the way, which would have been great. But there's a Death Star. And a random, is that a heavy tank or a medium tank in front of me? There it is. It's a medium tank as well who's right there. It's like, okay, they can shoot me as I cross. And if they track me, that won't be good. Of course, I'll be able to fix my tracks. But if they track me again, I'm going to drown. So that's not going to work. I'm going to have to either kill them or find a way to blitz across the bridge, which is my plan right now. Now that guy is dead, do I need to shoot this chisel? No, it doesn't seem like that. Okay. How am I going to do this? I should probably spot them up again here. Figure out where they are. There's the 4005. As you can see, there's a house there, so he doesn't quite have a shot at me. That's nice. And we have this FE4202. How are we going to do this is the question. Okay. Type 5 Heavy is also covering the bridge. And there's the Death Star. Okay. We got to get him to shoot. And as soon as he shoots, we're going to take the game and say, you know what, we're either going to win or we're going to die. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, it looks like we've already won anyway. But we've got some damage we can be doing. And let's see if we can do it. So we're going to back out around this. And now we're going to try to bait a shot. I know this thing has spaced armor on the side, so I'm going to give it a try and see how much damage he splashes me for. But then I heard somebody fire. Was that the Death Star that fired? No. Oh, do you see this? Do you see this this wall? I'm going to hope he shoots the wall with his HESH shells. I didn't even realize this was here when I was first side-scraping it, but now that I see it, I've decided, you know what? I'm going to use this wall. Come on, shoot. Shoot it. No, he doesn't even hit the wall. He hits the building directly in front of him, so we're just going to go now. Okay, we've got about 24 seconds, and by the time I finish saying what I'm saying, we've got about 16 seconds left. So let's get in here and try to finish him off. Their artillery drowns himself because he knows they're going to lose, and now we're just going to close the distance. This guy takes some hits in the side because he's too busy focusing on us. We're going to shoot one for his tracks. We miss his tracks, but it doesn't matter. He starts turning the wrong way, and he's not going to be able to catch up, but he gets finished off by the Jagdpanzer anyway. And now there's Type 5 Heavy up here. And you see, from crossing the bridge, you also have much better cover from people on the hill. Because of this outlet right here, where this hill sticks out. There we go. And we can now use this kind of as cover, but we're not going to because we're just going to be shooting on the move and we're full health. And I really don't care at this point in the game because we've won so hard. And yet again, why did we win so hard? It's because their team split 50-50. And that's not what you do on Erlenburg. You really need to concentrate your forces on one flank and win it. And so now we're just going to put shell after shell into this guy. We have our premium rounds loaded. He just fired, and so I'm going to go the opposite way he's turning. It kind of just because I know he just fired, and so I'm just going to go this way now and kind of just throw him off and continue to put shell after shell into him of our premium rounds. I don't care. I shoot Japanese heavies with premium rounds. It doesn't matter to me. And I didn't care for him to shoot me there because the game was ending. And now we fixed that, and all that's left is this heavy tank. Will we be able to put a finishing... No, we will not. We wasted 20,000 credits on Flying Egg's account, but hopefully we'll make that all back here with this game because we didn't have to shoot many premium rounds. We only shot them once we started fighting the Type 5, and we penned every single one, so we should still make money this game nonetheless. So here we go. Let's take a look. Okay, what was going on? ×2 silver? Yeah, ×2 silver bows. Okay, we made plenty of money. 5,700 damage, 3,100 assisted. Not an ace tanker, but still, I think it demonstrated how I play this map, and hopefully it'll help you guys get some ideas. Of course, not all strats will work for everybody, and that's why I have a new series coming up. It's going to be called Different Ways to Play, and I'm pretty sure it's self-explanatory exactly what it's going to be about. It's going to be me trying or playing differently than I normally would. Like some days, games I'll camp a little bit more, I'll play more passively. Some days, if I think anyone has any shots at me at all, I will not poke, and I'll play super conservatively. And I'll try all these different play styles for you guys. And then you guys can try them out if you want. Like some of you are like, yeah, I don't really like Clone Guy's playstyle, but I like learning from him, but I can't really apply what he does. And so that's why I'm going to be doing something like this. Anyway, that's it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, slap that like button, comment, subscribe. Make sure you go check out SpaceBANDIT and Koala Mentalities. Leave in the comments below what you think of Derpenberg or Erlenburg and how you play on it. Do you think going clockwise is a feasible strategy? Do you think counterclockwise is the better way to go, which is the way I was going? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be seeing you guys all later. Take care, everyone. and peace out.